Yes. Let's break this one down. I'm sure you've heard this on so many occasions. But let's really make it sink in. The brain does not know the difference between what is real or what is imagined. That flies over so many individuals' head. I mean, if you had to have a slogan in spirituality, in manifesting, in law of attraction, the slogan would be this, because everybody says it so many times. Your brain doesn't know the difference between what is real and what is imagined, right? It flies over everybody's head. Today, I'm going to make sure it doesn't fly over your head, because it is the most fundamental, important aspect and the most profound truth of reality, that it's so out there. It's like the truth is hidden in plain sight, you can't even see it. So let me give you a new take and a new perspective on this. And after today, I guarantee you, you won't live your life the same way anymore. All right, let's dive into it. All right, the brain. The brain is our decoder. It is what we use to see our reality. The brain, it sees from inside, not outside. So although you're seeing outside, that's actually an illusion. It's actually trickery of the brain. The brain takes information from the field, the energetic field. The field is raw data. It takes photons of light, passes them through the eyes, the retina. Then it goes into a part of the brain called the visionary cortex, where it gets descrambled up and it becomes our physical experience reality. So the brain doesn't know the difference between what is real or imagined. Okay, you got that. The next part of this is, when you're manifesting something, you're not doing anything from thin air. You're not bringing something out from thin air. You're tuning in to a frequency that exists in realities. There are infinite realities that your brain is passing through right now. Unfortunately, your brain cannot decode all of them, only the vibrant one that you're focusing on. So, since the brain doesn't know the difference between what is real or imagined, right? Why don't you just imagine more of what is real to you? What would happen if we do that? Well, I'll tell you what will happen. You will end up winning the lottery. You'll end up manifesting a 6-figure, 7-figure business. You'll end up changing your health. You'll end up changing your life. You'll end up having success in all areas of your life. That's what's going on, people. That's the most profound truth in manifesting. You have to get that into your head, that the brain does not know the difference between what is real or imagined. So if you want to change the current state, change what you're imagining. But there's a little asterisk there. Vividly. So let me reframe it. So it's not, the brain doesn't know the difference between what is real or imagined. The brain doesn't know the difference between what is real or vividly imagined. That's the key, vividly. What does vividly mean? What does that entail? Vividly basically mean, whenever I'm imagining something, I fully immerse myself into the thing I'm imagining as if it was normal or real for me. How can something become normal or real for me? By a feeling, by how it makes me feel. So whenever I imagine something, I imagine it as if I'm supposed to have it or I'm supposed to experience it, and then I feel what that feeling would feel like for me. And for me, it just feels normal in a state of peace and neutrality. That's when reality collapses now. So reality is not going to collapse when you just say, oh, okay, the brain says there's no difference between what real or imagined. Let me just imagine something here. No, it has to be vividly, with some emotion to it, with a little bit of detail. An example, if I'm imagining my house, a dream house, just like my real house, I know exactly how many rooms I have. I know exactly what the floor is. I know exactly how my kitchen looks. I know exactly what my bathroom looks like. Then that's what I would imagine. That's vividly. I wouldn't just imagine a house, because then the universe would give me any house. I wouldn't just imagine any car. I would imagine the color of the car, the interior of the car, the engine of the car, the makeup of the car, the seat, the leather, cloth. I mean, I'll imagine the steering wheel of the car, the dashboard, what it looks like, driving the car. Just like in this car, I know everything in this car, so I'll do the same thing when I'm imagining something. That's called vividly. That's when the field collapses. So, if there's a part of your life that you're not really good at or getting to it, it means that you haven't programmed or got your brain neuroplasticized or neuroplasticity to that point to get it to you. Or in other words, it's called synaptically pruning. You haven't fertilized your brain enough to grow the new reality. And this is what this all comes down to. You know, and here's the most profound thing about this. The moment. How does the brain process time then? Here's how the brain processes time. Every moment it looks like or feels like time is passing. That's just the brain's way of what we call psychological time. It's the brain's best way to make sense and put things in order. But in reality, the brain is processing and seeing things just as it is. But here's a kicker. Here's a kicker for you. In the moment, you are not the same person. The cells, the particles, they rearrange. You aren't the same person. So if you can understand that, wait a minute, so I'm not this person I was before, so I'm not a failure, so I didn't do this, da da da. No, you're not. You're always renewing in every moment. And that renewing gives you belief that you can change, because that's what science says that. So you take that in the moment that you're constantly shifting, and now you know the brain is just the same as physical reality. But here's the most profound truth. Did you catch when I said, did you catch something deep? Let me run it back for you again. The brain doesn't know the difference between what is real or imagined, right? Let's see who caught this. If the brain doesn't know the difference between what is real or imagined, what then is real? Did you catch that? See, that's the secret to your success. That's what's going to take you over the top. Comment below if you get it. Comment below if you understand. Did the light go off? Would you like me to repeat it again? Okay. You would like me to repeat it again so that you can get it this time? And this time I'm going to give you the answer? How about that? How about we do that? Okay. Someone says understand. Okay, someone says repeat. So let's repeat it. So the statement said the brain doesn't know the difference between what is real or what is imagined. And my question to you is then if the brain doesn't know what's the difference between real or imagination, then what is real? The key word is real. The word real doesn't exist. The answer is, my friends, nothing is real until an observer determines it to be real. So what you see as real right now is just your observation and your belief that gives you the illusion of real. Hence, reality. That's why they call reality. 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 Real experience. That's the root word of reality. So, in layman's terms, my chosen ones, nothing is real. It's all imagination. It's all simulated. It's all what they call superposition. So if we want to get technical, and let's get technical in science, the true nature of reality is called superposition. Anyone know what superposition is in quantum states? And how it determines your experience? So let me jot it down for you. Comment below. Hey Mark, superposition is this. Go ahead. You don't have to give me the quantum term of, the wave function collapses. Yeah, I want to use superposition on a general term so you can identify with your life. So here's what superposition basically means. It means that nothing is real until it observed. Superposition means all possible realities, all possible experiences are simultaneously happening behind the scenes all at once until a consciousness, an observer, chooses a focal point in that field which collapses and becomes reality. In simplistic terms, you get what you think about the most. You get what you focus on the most vividly. What you think, you become. That's superposition. So the reality that you and I are experiencing right now, each of us experience a different reality, is because we have been focusing on it, either consciously or subconsciously. But this is deep now. Let's use the subconscious one, because many of us are in a reality that we don't like. So the question is, hence, how can I be focusing on this lack, man? How am I getting this? Well, you're not getting it in your conscious, you're getting it through your subconscious. So here's the next part of the picture. It's not our conscious mind that determines what reality we experience. It is the subconscious mind that determines what we experience. And whatever we experience, whether we like it or not, you're still going to experience it. So if you like it, congratulations. That means you have programmed your subconscious well. If you don't like it, you've missed a part of the puzzle. There's work to be done. Your subconscious mind has not accepted your current state of reality you want to be into. Your conscious mind have accepted it. That's why it's complaining. That's why it's saying, I don't have enough money, there's lack. Right? It wants to change. But note, your conscious mind can't do the change. It can only watch the change. The change has to come subconsciously. So how do I change this thing? It goes back again. So now we're going to circle back around to the brain doesn't know the difference between what is real or vividly imagined. All right, so how do we make something that we vividly imagine become reality to us? Subconscious. Subconscious works with imagery, with vision, with feelings, repetitively. That leads to a belief. The belief comes in because you're constantly changing in the moment. And once you know you're constantly changing in the moment, you know the past doesn't affect you anymore. The present is all you have. So now you choose beliefs. Beliefs are opinions. They aren't truths. Let me break that down because some of you may get confused. Well, I thought a belief was a truth. In layman's terms, everything is an opinion in your world, and then you make it what's called a truth. So all a belief is something that you choose and you adopt it. For example, if you're in a situation right now where you're not abundant, right? And you can go ahead and start to believe that you're abundant with no rhyme or reason. That's choosing an opinion. So it starts out as an opinion. My opinion is, I believe I'm very abundant and prosperous. When you repeat that opinion, it starts to become your truth. Then your truth, since the universe doesn't know the difference, or your brain doesn't know the difference between what you imagine, it cannot judge it. It cannot poke holes into it. You know, it cannot litigate it. It cannot not prove it, because it's not designed to do that. It's just designed to accept your truth, because your subconscious is made that way. Your subconscious is totally different from your conscious mind. Your conscious mind is made to litigate, to judge, to poke holes in, to make sense, to see if it's true. Your subconscious doesn't do anything. Your subconscious just says, give me it and let me prove it in your reality. I don't care what it is. So when something becomes a truth to you and you believe it internally, now it starts to show externally and becomes your reality. So how does that become your reality, Mark? From the superposition. Remember, in the superposition, all possible realities exist. The ones where you're living the dream life, the ones where you have everything you want, they're all happening now. So your subconscious can choose based on the belief that you incorporated from a reality that already exists, and then it pulls that belief reality into your current state or consciousness, your field, your vibration. Then that state of reality now gets compressed from information, because everything is information at the form is called qubits. It gets compressed into the brain. The brain processes it, passes it to the conscious observes it and said, okay, let's run this play, and it becomes a physical reality. That's how the manifesting process actually works in all levels, all the time, for everything. So yes, if one of your dreams and goals is to manifest a big lottery jackpot, done deal. If one of your dreams and goal is to manifest a 7-figure, done deal. If one of your dreams and goals is to manifest your career, musician, artist, work, real estate, done deal. To manifest health, done deal. Because in actual, what we call truth, there is no reality. There is only perception or observation. It's so. The thing I want you to take away from this: when you leave today and you do what you're doing, and you say, "Well, the brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and imagined." Pay attention to what you're doing right now. Pay attention to what you're looking at and walking around. It's not real. It's the same thing that's in your head. The only difference is the illusion of real. It just looks real. It's all the same. In other words, imagination and reality is only could be one left standing. The only thing that exists is imagination. Imagination comes in two forms. It comes in It comes in what we call transitional form, where it's flowing in the mind, and then it comes in another form where we see it as physical stuff, but it's still the same. It's just imagination. It's just like saying tomato or tomato. They're the same thing, which is a different way of calling it. And that's the truth, my friends. Once you see how the game works in that way, everything becomes possible now. Now you can get what you want, because now you understand that it's all still imagination. And when your imagination gets really good by being vivid, then you can do anything. That's how I manifested and won the lottery. Basically, that's the blueprint right there to manifest what you want. And you'll get to a point when you have accomplished something, like if you win the lottery and all that stuff, then you get to another high point. Now it's the next thing. Okay, what else do I want to manifest? I got that already. What else can I do to enhance humanity? Because that's where you're going to get. Once you manifest and once you start to understand this, it's going to open up a whole level of awareness for you now. Abundance is just going to be in your pocket all the time. Now you're moving to the next level. You want to see how much knowledge I can get to help humanity. What else can I do? What insights can I learn about this? Because you've passed all that stuff. It's like you've already won the championship. What's next? And this is when you become enlightened. That's the definition of enlightenment. Enlightenment is when you're aware that everything you desire or want is already here for you, and you can get it and you have it. And then, what do I do now? Since I get it and I have it, what else can I do now to enhance the greater consciousness? Mark, are you manifesting something new? I'm always manifesting something new. What I'm manifesting right now, my next manifestation is, so the lottery is there. I got the lottery. I'm helping you guys to manifest your lottery. What I'm manifesting now is to reach as many people as possible with this knowledge and information so that they can change their life. That's my new lottery manifestation right there. It's no longer about lottery. It's now about the collective. It's about expanding this knowledge so everybody can have it. The lottery is always there in my back pocket. My brain already remembers that, winning the lottery. So that I can do that. I'm doing that whenever I want to do that. Now I'm doing it as a collective with you guys to help you guys. And that's what Mark is manifesting right now. Mark is manifesting more reach, more awareness, more exposure for as many people as possible, that when they hear Mark Haughton name, what comes to mind is reality is a hologram. We live in infinite universes. Anything is possible. Concepts of science become symbols. That's what I want, and that's what I'm manifesting. And it's starting to trickle down and create momentum. Should we do affirmations or subliminals? They're the same. You should do subliminals when you're sleeping, and you should do affirmations when you're awake to get the unconscious mind to buy into your reality. Now, I look at reality as superposition now. So I don't call things reality anymore. I just say superposition. What's a superposition I like to experience? That's it. I don't say what's the reality I like to experience. I just say what's a superposition I like to experience. Because that's what it really comes down to. When I use the word reality, I'm making it seem like it's fixed or it's a thing. So I stay away from reality now. I just say, what's the superposition experience I'd like to have? What's the superposition world? What's the superposition field, dimension, experience? What superposition would I like to see today? Because in superposition, I have options of all these infinite realities. And this is a trick to get my brain to get off the real physical world, because our brain gets tuned into everything being real and physical. Nothing is real or physical, man. No matter how real it looks to you, my friends, it's not. It's the grandest trickery of our brains, man. I know it's hard to believe. You won't get it. You won't get it. Yes, wallpaper of the mind. I love that. Affirmations while sleeping. You can use subliminals as affirmations while sleeping. They can have effect. Is it normal to get to a point where you don't want to visualize the you actually winning but after? Yes, that's quite normal. When you get to a point where you don't feel like visualizing, it means you're entering your void of manifestation. The void is that space where you're at the finish line and you're getting ready to, your manifestation is about to be revealed in the physical reality. So it is quite normal to do that. About 4 or 5 months before I won, I was in the void. I didn't feel like visualizing anymore, and about the next few months I won. So it's a normal process. It always follows that way. Whenever you're manifesting something, I always talk about it. I said it's like marriage. You're going to go into the honeymoon phase, and then you're going to go into the regular party over phase, whatever. But the honeymoon phase is when it's all nice and good, and your vibration, and you visualize, and and then reality hits, so to speak, and then you just feel like, this is normal, this is routine. Not a bad thing. It just, well, I guess marriage is not a good way to, maybe not a good analogy to do it, but you get into the excitement phase then, and you're like, yes, it's all good. And then all of a sudden you get down, you feel a little bit unmotivated. That means your mind has accepted it. So it's like when you're eating and you're full, and your brain and your stomach's telling you no more. If you try to eat, you go, whoa. That's the subconscious and the mind saying, hey, you're overflowing me, man. I got the information you wanted. I got it. Relax. I'm manifesting. Just go do something else right now. Focus on another thing. We're taking care of this one. That's a subconscious message your brain and your conscious is telling you to relax now. It's all good. You can finally let go. Fasting does help with manifestation. Fasting creates autophagy. Fasting creates all these effects in your body that renews your cells, human growth hormone. It is powerful in manifesting, but you have to know to fast correctly for your body type. All right. You're overstimulated. Do affirmations work on special persons? Yes, affirmations work on special persons. Keep in mind though, the special person have to have at least an alignment or a frequency with you. So affirmations are not going to work on somebody who's not initially attracted to you, or you're initially attracted, you know what I mean? So you have to have a vibe, because remember, when you use affirmations for people, people have free will consciousness. They're able to change and think of what they want. So, you know, I always say this to you guys, and I say this, guys, the easiest thing for you to manifest in your life is money, cars, businesses, success. All of that's the easiest things to manifest. And see, if they flip it, they tell you that's the hardest thing to manifest. That's quite the easiest thing to manifest, man. I would say, if you want to say something hard, the hardest thing to manifest, not technically hard, but in layman's terms, would be people or relationships. It's not hard either, but I'm just putting them together. They flip it. Someone says, how? Well, here's how. It goes in two categories. You have animate and inanimate objects. So an animate object is something that have a higher level of consciousness. An inanimate object, so animate object would be people, higher level of consciousness. They are aware of themselves. Not only aware, they can think, they can deduce, and they can choose, right? And they can analyze. That's an animate. An inanimate object, miss one important point. They cannot analyze. An inanimate object is conscious. They're aware. They're aware that they're there, and they're aware that they're being observed. Okay? So money is inanimate. Cars, businesses, buildings, all that, they're inanimate. So they're the easiest to manifest, because you don't have to convince them. And they're not gonna deny you. With people, they can change their mind. People are fickle, they're up and down. One minute they like you, one minute they don't. So with money, businesses, success, those are the easiest things to manifest. Once you know how to do them, though. So affirmations work like a charm when it comes to lottery wins, money, success, man. Because inanimate objects only have one job. The one job of inanimate objects is to chill and aware, and then pick up who's picking them up, and they'll come to you. People, they can chill, they can be aware, but they're not going to pick up who's picking them up if they're not feeling you. No matter what you do, they're not feeling you, they're not feeling you. Someone else out there is feeling you, though. So if you're manifesting people, that's why I say it's more harder. But you see, you thought money and stuff was hard to manifest. That's the easiest thing to manifest, man. All you have to do is understand that money and success is there for you already. Tune into it, see it as if it's already yours, let it go, repeat it, and it's going to come to you. Health, same exact way. Health is also easiest to manifest. Health comes down to a belief structure. So if you believe that you're healthy and you talk to yourselves with affirmations, it's easy to manifest. Because the thing about health too, health don't have the choice to say, well, I don't know if I want to be healthy again, or I don't know. You can't deduce like that. So you were conditioned to believe it. That goes into what we call the placebo effect. If someone has enough belief and trust in their body and their cells, and they talk to them in affirmations such as, why am I so healthy? Why are you so strong? Why am I so weak? And they do that all the time, the body will react and change according to it. Got it? So for people, if you want to manifest a special person in your life, you have to first manifest a duplicate copy of yourself. Because that's what you're looking for. You're looking for someone that's have your type of personality, in that way. So you have to focus on yourself first. You have to fix you first. Fixing you means, like, if you don't really love yourself or cherish yourself or take care of yourself, then how are you going to manifest someone else that's going to do that for you? So that's the first thing. Or you gotta make choices that you're deserving. You have to set terms of what you'll accept and what you won't accept, and stick to your terms. Okay, I'll only accept someone who does this. I'll only accept someone that will do that for me. It's your world. It's your reality. It's your superposition. You're entitled to it. Once you set your terms and what you set you deserve, then the field now will give you the available options of the people out there that is open for you. And then now you can go and start the attracting process, and they'll start to pick up your vibe subconsciously, and they'll resonate with you, and they'll pick up that, oh, you're compatible for me, and that's how you manifest a person. But you cannot manifest a person broken. If you're broken, you're just going to manifest broken people. So the key to manifesting when it comes to love or relationships, you must fix yourself first. And the biggest fix in yourself is, man, you literally have to love yourself. You have to like treat yourself, like give yourself the deserving thing. Most people don't even know what that means, man. Most people don't even know what loving yourself means. It's all the Matrix scramble it up and trick you. What loving yourself basically means is you set terms and you don't change. You set best one to put it to you. You have a contract where you only accept what you'll accept. That's loving yourself. I'm only gonna ask someone that do this. I see myself this. I deserve this. That's loving yourself. That's how it works. Once you do that, you start to attract. Now, when it comes to like inanimate objects, like the lottery and money and all that stuff, that's even easier now. All you do is you pick what you want. You tell it. That's what you want. You say, hey, money, come over here. I deserve you. The money runs over to you. You can't do it with people. Hey, such, come over here. Who are you talking to? That's not going to work with people. So my advice for you is, I would always advise you, before you get a special person, manifest your best version first. Manifest your financial blueprint. Manifest your abundance. Because love don't pay the bills. That's the world we live in now. So get your abundance blueprint together. Get your abundance map together, and then go out, and then you can attract a partner to do that. Don't do that. Don't go trying to manifest love and then you're broke. It doesn't work. It's not going to work that way, man. Manifest abundance first, then the love. If people are attempting to manifest love, or they feel they need a special person, it's not their soul that's doing that. You know that, right? Your soul and your higher self doesn't need a person. It doesn't need love. It's already love. It's not a. It's there's a difference between alone and being alone. Your higher self, your soul, is connected to everything. So if you're in a state where you feel like you need people around you, I gotta need someone to validate. I gotta need that to make me feel good. That's your ego, and that's not good. That means you're telling the field, this person is reliant upon my happiness. If this person doesn't do this, I'm going to be unhappy. That's a powerful game to play. So I always recommend loving yourself first, getting that high part of you together, and then let the options flow to you, and then you can choose. Because either way, you still win. You either get what you want, right? It's good for you. Or you miss out on something that was going to leech on you and take advantage of you anyway. So either way you win. Got it? And that's the knowledge for today as far as that. And you guys keep up the great work. Happy manifesting. See you next time.